Hello, welcome to Pecan Corner. I'm Tina, and today I'm going to make sweet potato fries. I've peeled my sweet potatoes. These little ends, they were starting to sprout, so I saved those ends, and I'm going to let them put them in a little dish of water, let them sprout out, and see if I can't put them out. And I won't dig them, but I can grow them as decorative plants, stick them in the flower bed. I've got a little bit of vinegar and some water here, a tablespoon or so of vinegar, just a small amount in this water that I'm going to soak them in. And I'm going to do that, and I'm going to fry them twice. This is the same way that we make French fries out of regular potatoes. In order to put them in the freezer, you fry them once, soak them, and give them a little acidic soak. Give them one fry, freeze them, and then you fry them at a higher temperature to brown them afterwards. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna have some fish sandwiches tonight, and sweet potato fries are so good with fish. They just fit in really well. I cut this one on the wrong direction, but that won't matter. Paul was watching some of Julia Child's early shows a while back, and it was so much fun because she was such a character, I tell you what. And of course the early shows were filmed live with no editing, or broadcast live with no editing, and which is very similar to kind of how we do things around here. We're not live. I don't do that, but we pretty much just film it, and what you see is what the camera saw in the middle time. So it's a gorgeous first day of spring here, and beautiful day outside. We haven't really had any winter this year. Our winters in this Texas are so funny, because some years it'll just be cold as blue blazes all winter long, and other years it'll be like this one was, where I think the average temperature was 75 all winter long. So all right, I'm gonna let those soak for just a little bit, maybe half an hour or so, and then I'll come get them out and dry them off before I fry them. Okay, those are soaked for about 20 minutes. And now I've drained them, but I haven't rinsed them. I want to keep that little bit of acidity on them. I have some clean white cup towels, plain white cup towels, that I use only for food. I don't use them to dry dishes with, or our hands, or anything like that. We got these just for things like this. So they're only used for drying off food, and that way we don't waste paper towels. And I have 4 or 5 of them, and I just keep them way back at the back of the drawers, and they're, I don't have white ones that I use for drying dishes, or for for my hands. So it's easy to keep them separate. I could even, if I was short, I am short on drawer space, but if I needed to, I could even move these into another cabinet somewhere. I'm gonna dry these off, and now I'm gonna preheat my deep fryer to 310 degrees. Is that it, Paul?
Yep.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. All right. That'll take a few minutes, and I'll be back. All right. My lights are on, so my oil's heated at the right temperature. I'll drain these on paper towels. I won't get oil on my clean towels. I'm just going to fry these in batches. I don't want too many in there at one time, so I'll have a couple of batches. Set that aside there. Okay. I'm going to fry these for 3 minutes. at 310 degrees. And then I'm going to pull them out. I'll be right back. Turn this back on for a minute to show you. You can see how high the oil is coming up in the fryer. You never want to overfill your deep fryer. Always watch where your maximum fill lines are, and never ever go over that. In this case, this one actually is a little low on oil right now. I've been doing a lot of frying, clean frying, just potatoes mostly, so I haven't had to change it in a while. But so even with it a little bit lower than that half full mark, frying these, it's still coming way up. And so for safety's sake, always watch that if you're using one of these deep fryers. I love it. I think it's a lot safer than trying to deep fry in a saucepan with a with a thermometer, which is what I used to do. But even so, you still have to be careful. You notice I use mine on my stove. I do that partly so that if anything spills, it's on my stove and not all over my counter, but also so that I'm accustomed to thinking of things on the stove as being hot, and so I don't make mistakes by accidentally grabbing hold of something or bumping into something that's on the stove, because I'm used to it being hot. And the way my silly brain works, habits are terrible. So if I were to sit this on the counter, I might forget in 40 minutes that it's got hot grease in it, and push it out of the way and splash grease and burn myself. So this way I'm going to be sure that I don't touch it at all until it's cool. I'll actually leave this set when I'm finished frying tonight. I'll leave it set here on the stove. I'll put the lid on it, and I'll take this handle off so I don't bump it, and until morning, and unplug it and leave it and let it cool off until morning before I put it up in the cabinet. So just I don't know, everybody probably doesn't need these things, but I'm kind of goofy the way my mind works. So when I do something for safety's sake, I figure I'll share. Maybe there's one person out there that makes the same kinds of unthinking assumptions that I have done. All right, my timer's going off. All right, now I'm going to bring them up. Now these aren't done yet. This is just the first frying, and so I'm going to drain them and drain them off, and I'm going to let them cool completely before I do my second frying. You could even with Irish potatoes, that's the point at which we put them in the freezer, and then finish the frying with them frozen, like store-bought frozen French fries. I'll do that one of these days and show y'all how I do that. All right, as soon as this comes back up to temperature, I'll put this second batch in and we'll fry those, and I'll be back. Okay, here's my timer going off again. I'll take batch number 2 out, let it drain. Also, the other thing I'm not doing at this stage is I'm not salting them. Usually when you take your French fries out of the fryer, you salt them right away, but I'm not. Want to be sure and don't do that this time, since you're going to have a second fry. I want to show you real quick just how low this. Let me see if I can just turn this up and show you. See how low that the oil is in there. And you saw how high it was boiling up. So remember that when you're frying things that have a lot of liquid in them, like these did. All right, let me do my last little batch here. Oops. So got to remember to lift your basket out of the oil when you fill it. You don't want to fill it with it sitting down in the oil, or it'll splash. And that's kind of would obviate the benefit of the deep fryer basket. All right, there we go. Down we go. 3 minutes again. All right, I'll be back. Okay, there goes my timer. The last batch is done. I'm going to turn my fryer off for now, because I'm going to let these cool for probably about 45 minutes, although like I said, you could let them cool all day, or put them in the freezer now and pull them out in a week or two when you wanted to fry them. But right now I'm just going to let them cool right there, and then I'll turn my fryer back on at a higher temperature when I'm ready to do my second frying. I'll be back to show you how we do that. Okay. All right, now I'm back. I've let these cool. I've preheated my oil this time to 350 degrees. Let's see if I can get that where you can see better. And I'm going to now I'm going to fry them until they're crispy. And so we're going to see how long it takes these. Don't want too much of the, don't want too many at one time. There we go. Okay. All right, here we go. I've got my timer set. I've got fish in the oven, so I'm gonna put this on hold until I see how long it takes, and then I'll let you know when I pull them out. Okay, I've fried these for 3 minutes. They're nice and brown, nice and crispy. I'm going to put a little salt on them while they're fresh out of the fryer so that it'll stick. And now I'm going to fry the next batch. They might take a few minutes longer if they were frozen when you put them in the fryer, but I don't think it would be much longer. Just a few minutes. It just depends on how crispy you like yours. How done. That's kind of one of those things. Everybody's got their own taste when it comes to fried potatoes and how crispy or soft they like to have them. All right, now another 20 minutes. We'll be back. And there you have it, our sweet potato fries. I hope that you'll enjoy this, and thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by my kitchen. All right, have a great day. Bye.